Welcome to another 30-minute workshop presented by the Student Success Center at Eastern Illinois University. In this session, we will walk the basics of student procrastination. By the end of the presentation, you will have learned many aspects of procrastination and ways to overcome this bad habit. Before we begin, you may want to grab a pen or pencil and paper to take notes. If at any time you need a break from the session, feel free to pause the podcast and rejoin me when you're ready. Let's begin. Ode to the Procrastinator's Creed. A typical procrastinator motto is that you should never do today what you can do tomorrow, because there's a chance that tomorrow you might not have to do it. Seriously, how often does this really happen? Not that often. In fact, it may have only happened once in your entire college career, and you are banking on it happening again. Well, stop, because it isn't going to happen again. Let's look at some other reasons that students procrastinate. Along with hoping that your homework, test, or quiz will get canceled, here are some other reasons students procrastinate. A main reason why students procrastinate is because they believe the course they have taken has nothing to do with their major. For example, a math major may see no point in taking English courses. However, although these courses may seem irrelevant to the major, they still affect your graduation and your GPA, and are just as important as major course classes in this aspect. Some students who are used to being perfect students may be afraid of failing a course that is difficult for them. Because they are afraid of failure, they reverse traits of perfectionism. Don't be afraid of failure. There is nothing wrong with finding a subject or course load difficult, but procrastination will lead you to a worse situation than struggling with material. Other times, students foresee their work being graded poorly, so they put off doing a project or homework assignment. In this situation, your poorest work is done last minute, so procrastination is not the answer. Another issue students have is living out goals that are important to other people, like parents or other family members. If your goals are not your own, you will be unmotivated throughout school and will most likely procrastinate and complete poor work. Here are some excuses students use to talk themselves into procrastinating. Even if you aren't saying these word for word in your head, chances are you may be using them to talk yourself out of doing homework or other important tasks for school. I will try my best to dispute these as I go. Let's look at the excuses. If I ignore it, it will go away. If your homework was a stray cat at your back door, this might work, but it's not. I will wait until I know more. Questions aren't going to answer themselves, so ask them immediately instead of waiting for the answer to find you. I can't do this, so I won't try. If you are having trouble with homework, find help immediately. The further you get behind, the harder it will be to catch up. I am too tired to concentrate. Perhaps you should think about your priorities. What are you doing every day that makes it too hard to concentrate? As a student, homework and studying should be one of your top priorities, and you should make time to study. I can't study until my room is clean. If you need a clean space to study, go to the library. However, you are probably just making excuses not to study. 10 more minutes of watching TV won't hurt me. Yes, it will, because it will turn into 20, and then 30, and so on. TV is something that should be enjoyed in your spare time, and not during homework time, which is a priority. I took my book with me, I just never had time to look at it. Once again, you should reevaluate your priorities. Homework and studying should be at the top of your list. I haven't done my laundry, so I don't have any clothes to wear to class. Seriously? That's an excuse? Go to class. I underestimated the amount of time it would take to do my homework, and I was not able to finish it. Well, that's procrastination in itself. Always make sure you have plenty of time to complete your homework. Your worst work is done urgently and under pressure. If I don't know exactly what needs to be done, I can't start. Once again, the moment you have a question, ask your teacher or fellow student. If you can't find them in your office, email them. Your questions won't answer themselves. All of those excuses have underlying reasons for making them. Here are 8 reasons why students make excuses and procrastinate. Laziness, lack of motivation, uncertainty about instructions, fear of the unknown, lack of skills to do the job, negative attitudes, low self-esteem, and poor time management skills. Have you ever heard someone say they get their procrastination from their mom, dad, or sibling? Maybe you have used this excuse at one time or another. Actually, there is no such thing as a genetic basis for procrastination. You cannot inherit this from your family. It's all on you. Remember in high school when your mother or father or guardian would wake you up for class every morning, take you to school, and check to make sure you were getting your work done? Well, if you want to relive this, you should go back to high school. College is a different story, and you are now an adult. Your professors may not scold you for not being in class every day, and they may not require it on their syllabus, but you are expected to attend class every day. As a student, school is your job, and you should be present every day. If you aren't there, you will miss important material and announcements for class. Professors will not check up on you to see if you are completing your assignments. They will simply collect what they are given on time and disregard late work. They will grade the work they have and give you a 0 for missing work. You are the only person responsible for completing all tasks as a student. It is solely up to you to be a successful student. One important aspect of procrastination that you should always be aware of is the longer you wait, the worse it gets. Not only will you be rushed to complete assignments or study for exams, your work will continue to pile up until it's overwhelming. So, maybe you should start sooner. Think of it this way. EIU is a big rock, or snowball if you prefer. It is constantly rolling with nothing to stop it. Whether you study or not, whether you have a good day or a bad day, whether you broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, or whether you are sick or healthy, the rock keeps rolling. And the longer it rolls, the faster it gets. It is so important that you stay ahead of the rock and never forget your purpose of coming to college. If you want to graduate, you must keep on top of your studies, or they will crush you. As I said before, one of the main reasons students procrastinate is motivation. Here are some ways to help motivate yourself. Try taking a variety of courses. This may switch up your course load, and it will be easier on you to have a few courses you really enjoy and a few courses that are required but you don't enjoy so much. Interacting with a lot of people will introduce you to new things and new ideas instead of the same thing every day. Repetitiveness gets really boring, so spice up your life with a variety of people with different interests. Try learning new things. If you are bored with your life right now, introduce yourself to new activities or hobbies. Challenging yourself is a great way to increase motivation. Perhaps the reason you procrastinate is because the activities you do or the courses you take are too easy for you. Try to challenge yourself enough to make school interesting. Polish up on old skills or learn new ones with new courses. And finally, complete all assignments on time. If you are procrastinating, assignments are backing up, which makes school more overwhelming and in turn causes you to procrastinate even more. How about you avoid this cycle by turning in everything on time from the beginning?